Homelessness is the canary in the coal mine. It tells us about the equity of a society, about the health of a population, about the capacity of communities to solve complex problems. Before the pandemic, an estimated 568,000 people experienced homelessness on a given night, disproportionately Black and Native Americans. Now, the economic crisis threatens many more with the loss of their homes. Homelessness is a problem more costly to ignore than to solve. Annually, more than $12 billion is spent reacting to the problem. But it doesn't need to be this way. Homelessness affects less than 1% of the population. Communities can eliminate it. Decades ago, our team began with what seemed like the most obvious solution. We developed more affordable housing for people experiencing homelessness than anyone else in the country. But homelessness in our city continued to rise. It prompted a reckoning. If housing alone wasn't the solution, what was needed to reach a lasting end to homelessness for everyone? We went directly to those experiencing homelessness, and what they described was sobering. The dozens of programs operating separately, each with their own rules, trapped people in a maze of homelessness. Despite everyone's good intentions, we were part of a broken system perpetuating homelessness, with money being thrown at a problem no one fully understood or was accountable for. This was the key problem that had to be solved. That's why Community Solutions created Built for Zero, a movement of 84 cities and counties proving the power of an operating system designed to end homelessness. Adapted from the global health victories of the past half-century, Built for Zero represents a new paradigm matched to the complex, shifting nature of homelessness itself. More than half of our communities are reducing homelessness, including red and blue communities of every size. 14 have ended chronic or veteran homelessness, with 0 meaning homelessness is rare and quickly resolved. And 93% did so without new housing supply. We help communities make 5 changes to achieve and sustain zero homelessness. First, to define the problem correctly. Homelessness is dynamic and complex and requires a dynamic, data-driven local system to end it. Second, to build the right team. A single team must be accountable for ending homelessness across the community, with each organization having a clear role to play. Third, to collect the right data. Homelessness is typically tracked using an annual anonymous estimate. Built for Zero communities know every person experiencing homelessness by name in real time. Like COVID, fighting this problem requires real-time information on who is affected and what is working. Fourth, to set the right aim. Our communities embrace one definition of success, whether the number of people experiencing homelessness is going down. They use data and problem-solving tools adapted from other sectors to deliver results. And finally, to close actual housing supply gaps using social impact capital. This is targeted, fast, and ultimately a better use of the $12 billion now spent on a broken status quo. Built for Zero is poised to scale. With your support, we can help a critical mass of diverse communities end homelessness for one or all populations and make this goal achievable and expected everywhere by 2026. Here are some investments we hope you'll consider. Invest in data. A $1 million investment will provide 50 communities with technology-enabled access to data needed to drive reductions. Invest in changing perceptions and policies. With a new administration seeking to solve problems reflected in homelessness, a $5 million investment will support a campaign to hold leaders accountable for ending homelessness and drive a new understanding that homelessness is solvable. This unique political moment creates an unprecedented opportunity to reform failed policies and incentives. And invest in communities. A $10 million investment will leverage a $100 million social impact equity fund to close housing supply gaps for communities close to zero by acquiring existing market rate and hotel properties. We're committed to solving homelessness at a population level. But at the center is knowing each person experiencing it by name. This is Ed Givens. He had endured life on the streets for 17 years when we met him. Thanks to the local team, he was connected to a home. A year later, we got this photo from Ed and an invitation to share his story. We look at it often to remember what's at stake. people reclaiming their lives. Homelessness holds a mirror to our broken systems, to racism, and to failures of accountability throughout our nation's living history. But ending homelessness as a nation would reveal something very different about us and our future. We can make that choice with your help.